Now is your time to cry, to put really sad music on and cry as much as you can. I don't know. It just felt like important to balance. And people kept telling me how important it was to release, how important it was to feel, because I feel like they only saw my action mode.
Yeah.
And not so many people
They weren't
saw
there for
the breakdown, the melting on the floor and the sadness. So people see you as really strong, together, composed. And then they're like, why are you not crying? Why not sad?
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Oh boy, we have an episode for you guys this week. Welcome back to KohPhanCast, the official podcast of Koh Phangan Island. My name is Or, and welcome to another episode. Please, for me, like, share, subscribe to the channel, write in the comments what you thought about this conversation, and let's get into it. This week, we have a double birthday episode. Me and my best friend Kim are having the same date of birthday for like 30 years. Yeah, I'm 30 now. And we spoke about love, about connection, about birthdays. We got a little drunk. And Kim is a teacher. She is just a role model in regard of like time management, of effectiveness, of prosperity. And I can't wait for you to listen to her. Enjoy this tornado of an episode, guys. I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
I can see it in your eyes.
I can see it, something. I don't remember the words.
You don't even remember?
No.
Come on, that was a big hit. You can take it a little bit closer to you.
Is it me you're looking for?
Probably. Kim,
I don't remember the words.
God damn it, I was waiting for this one, you know? Like, I wanted this to be the first episode, but it didn't work because you're a piece of shit.
Never mind.
First of all,
Oopsie.
happy fucking birthday to both of us. Woo. So you're gonna take your birthday kit from underneath
Where's
the
my
table.
birthday kit?
Yeah, you can move it.
Uh-oh.
And take, first of all, you have a little hat
This is
on your side, yeah. I'm culture.
We're going to have to do some more moving.
Yeah, you can do it. I'm like culturally appropriate, you know? So I got myself the blue one, and you have the, take the hat.
Oh, the hat needs to come first, okay.
Yeah, take the hat. We're gonna do this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We need a mirror for this.
Yeah. No, you need nothing. You're gonna be okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I want to.
And then you're gonna put your...
No, I don't want to spend the next hour looking like a
No, not the next hour, but
year-old child.
we're gonna see how long we can take care of it, okay? You can take your bag
I wish I
because...
was an audience right now. Tell
No,
me if I
it's
need to
all
fix
good.
My hair.
No, you look beautiful.
Okay.
You look beautiful. And I'm gonna put my birthday boy pin because
My-
I'm a certified birthday boy.
Birthday girl.
Yes.
Okay. It's in. Ooh.
Ooh.
Is it in?
Is it in already?
Oh, it's definitely in. That. I wonder what this says. You didn't. Look, it's a poop. It's got me on.
It is a poop.
Something with a poop on it.
For your birthday.
Oh no, I don't want to be a poop. And it's swearing too.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Old as shit. You're old as shit. Thank you very much.
I am not. I'm 30. You are?
Old as shit, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, you get the sparkly one. You get this.
Sexy and single.
Oh, you get the sparkly one.
I am sexy and single.
We need to do a switch halfway through.
We will.
Okay, I'm old as shit. Why? What classifies as old for you? Okay.
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're the youngest, oldest person.
I'm the youngest, oldest person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not that old. Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but...
Apparently, I'm old as shit according to my sexy sash. Woohoo!
How old are you today?
How old am I today? Wait, how old am I? I'm 33.
30 fucking 3.
33, double numbers. Woo!
And
I'm sure it means something now.
what, 33?
Yeah.
It's you're 1 year closer to your death.
Spiritually.
Oh, shit.
33.
Someone will tell you something about it, especially in the area that we live in.
I think I'll just make whatever works for me.
I think that's the case. And I'm going to start with some compliments because I was waiting for this one.
Wait. How old are you today?
30. I'm a 30-year-old boy, and one side of me is completely freaks out,
You know, because you're 30 now.
because I'm 30 now, and like nothing's fucking changes.
But what does it mean to you to be 30?
Honestly, not that much,
Mm-hmm.
but the expectations of someone, like if I say that the expectations of someone else is inflicted upon me, that I don't, that's bullshit. It's my expectations of myself. Nobody expects me to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that the standards from my level on myself needs to get a little bit, more strict, as I see it.
Why strict?
I don't think strict. Okay. I just need to take care of myself better, Like, I feel like the years of bullshit,
Oh, it's an age thing because you're in your 30s.
it sounds like
Slow
it.
down.
Like, I'm trying to process the idea,
Hmm.
but I guess it's gonna take some time. But I am single and sexy,
Sexy.
So
But you're sexy and single no matter if it's your birthday or not.
thank you. I need a woman in my life. Listen, Kim,
Mm-hmm.
you're one of my best friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I want my daughter to be like you, and I want my daughter to have friends like you, and I want the adult that watches my young girl in school would be like you, and I want her mother to be like you,
No.
because you're one of the best people I've ever met. Like, you have this soul to you that, like, I've seen endless amount of situations with you that, like, you are nurturing, and you have the capability to, like, I don't know how you do that.
And this guy is single, by the way.
Yeah,
All the women out there that are watching.
I don't know how you do it,
Look at this.
because the pattern I understand, because I'm a motherfucking people pleaser as well, and we share this shit, and you continuously teaching me how to control this addiction that I have to give to others, and to put me my limits of, like, listen, dude, you need to take care of yourself a little bit. Like, when I'm not there for myself, I think I feel like you are there for me. So I want to thank you, first of all.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a people pleaser.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it also, but the moment it's overcoming your sense of helping yourself, and when you put yourself on the side instead of just taking care of yourself for you to be able to take care of better for others, that becomes a problem.
I mean, we all want to be loved, right?
Yeah.
We all want people to like us. And
Yeah.
We all want to have connection. So, like you say, as long as you keep your boundary when it comes to people pleasing or too much.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
It feels like, for me, it feels like my purpose is to give, to help, to be for.
Down.
Yeah. You're not all this shit,
I'm
Kim.
not all this shit.
You're a timeless piece.
This is why it's falling off me. It just doesn't want you to be on me because it's not accepting.
Okay, you hold this space for 20 seconds. I'm going to get us some wine.
Okay. Yay, birthday wine.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, today's my birthday, and I love birthdays. I really love birthdays. I don't care if it's my birthday. I don't care if it's somebody else's birthday. Any reason to celebrate is amazing. So birthdays is just a prime opportunity to celebrate. Celebrate life, to celebrate being with people, and just enjoying this experience. No? I wish it was a birthday every day.
It is a birthday.
It is a birthday every day. Someone has a birthday. Thank you very much. Cheers. L'chaim.
It is a birthday every day, but as I see it, like, it's a little bit more because of the fact that we kind of choose how to wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like you can wake up in the morning and choose to be what you were yesterday, and you can wake up in the morning and choose to evolve and to be better than what you were yesterday, and that's kind of a birthday, like a mental birthday, don't you think?
It is.
It can be.
You still have the label on this.
Oh shit!
Don't show the
Don't tell anyone.
Um,
I'm gonna bring them back to the shot.
Okay, but birthdays there are some people who don't like birthdays, which I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
I understand not wanting to be the center of attention, not wanting to plan something, not wanting to make a big deal, but just celebrating. Let someone else do the organization. Let someone else take care of the planning. You don't have to be the center, but just bring people together. Celebrate the life. And wake up. Yay, it's my birthday. Yay.
I think that's for some people, like, something about the idea of birthday. Either they don't feel like they have someone that truly care about them, and it reminds them of how lonely they are. And some people has some existential crisis about, like, oh, I'm getting near to death and shit.
30.
You know,
like you had
a little bit. I'm trying to maintain it. But if someone doesn't have any reason to celebrate their birthday because it only makes them sadder, then I can kind of get.
Okay, I get it. But then people like me come involved.
Yeah.
We just do everything. That's really sad, though, if that actually happens. It makes me feel sad
I think it's kind of...
to think that.
Yeah, it is a little bit sad, but maybe it's also part of the journey, you know? Maybe you need to feel like that for a couple birthday, for the birthday that you finally celebrate without...
Okay, but you could also just still celebrate without having a lot of people around you.
Yeah.
Without filling a table full of friends, without making some big party. You could still wake up and celebrate life alone.
Yeah, but the part of the celebration needs to come from a person that feels like his soul is capable of celebrating something. You know, if the light bulb, if the light switch is off, you know, the light bulb will not turn on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like all a matter of perspective at the end of the day, you know, like it's so easy to give advices and tips when you feel so good about yourself. Not only so good, but like when you feel like you're in the space of giving advice, but sometimes taking the advice. Yeah.
No, we're gonna try to do a little balancing act.
Maybe put a little bit more on the back, and it will. Yes, it looks super good on
There we go.
It looks super good there. Yeah.
Choked from. Yeah. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay. Yes. Here we go. It's gonna go here.
We're gonna have a mess of an episode, but I'm. Yeah, fuck that.
Have a. Love you forever. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
But this is also a birthday thing, right? Love. It's all about love. It's all about loving people, showing you love, people showing up for you, loving yourself. Yeah, it's kind of sad if people don't have a friendship group around them that want to celebrate them.
And I wish that we could say that everybody has this, because everybody deserves all of it.
For sure.
100%. And it's just, like you say, it's super sad to imagine that people go through life like that. But, you know, shit happens because the spectrum exists, you know? Like, if there's a possibility of it happening, it will probably happen. You know, we need to you know, what's the human experience if someone doesn't feel something that can be felt? You know what I mean?
But do you think that comes out just on birthdays?
And
that's just their life in general.
So, as I know myself, and I'm being kind of vulnerable, like, I do feel it on birthdays, I do feel it on holidays, because of this image of me being this person that lives in a different place, and I live on an island and life is perfect. So most of the people that I like and love and appreciate doesn't really check up on me, you know, because I'm the guy that lives the dream, you know.
Okay, but this is the one thing about being an expat. You choose to be away from these people. Yeah. You've chosen a life which is away from your family, the people you grew up with, your close people, let's say. But after how many years of non-communication and being distant, how can you call them a close friend? Because you choose a different life, and it's part of it. It's part of this whole I don't live next to the people I grew up with, and I probably wouldn't be friends with them now if I crossed them in the street.
Probably.
It was a different time of my life. They could send me a message and say happy birthday, and I would say, oh, thank you. And I won't speak to them again until next year when they send me a message and say happy birthday. So that's part of this change, right? It's part of growing up. It's part of getting older. The distance between the people you expect to call you, they're not going to call you.
And this shedding of this imaginary part of yourself that you remember inside yourself that used to be a couple years ago, or like, oh yeah, those were my friends. Your real friends are there for you. Your real friends will check up on you if you don't answer your messages in like a day or two. Your real friends will let you know when they do something or think about you, about any interest in what your answer will be, and and that's another thing that I wish for myself for this year. Just being able to be more real with myself, being able to. I heard a sentence that said like the way people treat you is more important than the way you feel towards them. And something about this psychological...
It's whether you can see that.
Yeah.
Whether you can recognize that. Because you could love someone to the death, but not see that they don't treat you well. Or not understand that they don't treat you well. The love is blind, right?
Yeah.
More so that for relationships, I think, than friendships. But until you realize they're not treating you well, you won't see that because you love them. And you kind of forget, oh, it's okay, they're my friend. Oh, it's my partner, it's whoever. And you don't see the bad stuff they do to you sometimes.
Yeah. So if I could give myself one wish to evolve, I don't want to say even change, because I feel like I'm in a good place, but just evolving the part of me that is always trying to look for the potential in people and make the good side of stuff, and just for me to be able to see things as they are, But then I ask myself, does things as they are even exist?
But what's wrong with looking for the potential in someone?
There's no problem with looking for the potential, but there is a problem with judging or looking at the person or treating the person by the potential that you see in them and not by who they are.
Oh, totally. You have to accept them for who they are.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah.
But
accept them and also know if they're good for you.
Yeah, you can see if this is a really good person. They're just going through a hard time, or they're in a process right now. I see that they're changing. I see they're evolving. So I can be patient until those people reach their potential, until the point that they don't, and I feel like they are not going to live up to their potential. Okay. Unless you do something bad to me, I'm going to be there for you.
Yeah.
But if it's a case of you hurting yourself and not living up to your potential, I'm not going to walk away from you.
Yeah.
Because I think that you're not reaching your potential. No, it doesn't make a good friend, a good partner, a good daughter, a good mother. No, you trust them in their process. You trust them to find their potential. And if it's not hurting you, then okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And also like the step that you need to recognize, rather, like how much energy does it suck from you? Like understanding where like relationships can be draining, like romantic relationships or friend relationships or whatever. It can be draining, but at what point you understand that, listen, this is too much for me. I feel like I'm only getting drained. Like on what basis do you choose the places and the people that you're going to surround yourself with?
I don't know. I always think back to kids. I work with kids.
Yeah.
And there are so many kids who don't live up to their potential, but you got to give them the space to be able to do that. I got to give you space to make your mistakes. I got to give you space to, maybe sometimes you're going to be horrible to me. You're not going to speak nicely to me. Okay, there are children I work with. They don't speak nicely to me sometimes. Okay, I understand you're having a bad day. I understand you're having a bad week. It's not that I'm going to give up on you because you are, but I'm going to remind you, hey, wake up. This is not okay. It's not okay what you do. You hurt me, or I didn't like that, or I feel like you are not this person. Something is happening in your life, in your head, in your body that is making you a different person right now. So I'm not going to walk away until you hurt me in some way. Until I know intentionally you've done something to me with the intention of hurting me. If it's just you living your life, making your mistakes, doing your thing, up until the point you cross my line intentionally, I'm going to be there. And that's my method. That's my approach. Maybe it's too nice for some people. Maybe it's too kind. But I always go back to the idea that if this was a child in front of me, if this was a teenager in front of me, I'm not going to walk away.
Yeah.
Because this can create broken people. If they are in a bad place and people just walk away all the time, this is what creates more trauma and more behavior, which leads them to believe they can't trust people, so they're more closed. Oh, this person let me down. They walked away. They stopped being my friend. They stopped calling me. And this is the loop, you know? So until people recognize that it's not intentional what they're doing, so I'm going to be here. I'm not just going to stop hanging out with you because I don't like that you do this. It's very different from me.
That's first of all, that's a beautiful approach. And like I said at the start, I wish we had more people like you because we need more. And do you think like this empathic way of sensing and seeing others, was it always there? Or like you kind of snapped out of like a sleep or something one day and you're like, oh.
For me?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm a teacher and I work mostly with children that you have to always be patient and kind. You have to create this discipline, but with kindness and with love. And I can tell you where is the boundary clearly, but still say, hey, I'm going to be here for you. But if you do that again, I'm not going to be there like I was before. So it's kind of a discipline approach. Maybe it's from teaching. Maybe it's from what you said about how you want to be treated. You know, if people have treated me not nicely, let's say, I look at that behavior and I say, hey, wow, I'm never going to do that to someone.
Yeah.
Or observing other people's behavior, observing your feelings of how other people make you feel when they do something, listening to friends. You've always got to learn. I think I'm very observant as a person. And I watch, I take things in, I learn, wow, that wasn't cool what they did. Or, wow, she or he is amazing. I want to be more like them.
Yes.
So I feel like it's a constant process of learning behaviors, observing other people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and that's exactly as I see it, like the next evolutionary step of us as a humankind, you know, because this empathic way of understanding that if something triggers you, like it's a thing in your head that you feel like, okay, this doesn't resonate with me. This does resonate with me. If people could pick up a little bit more that their emotions is not something that they need to avoid or to be far off or to suppress or whatever, but more like, what does this show me? What do I need to see from the things that is rising in my heart? And like, again, it's super easy to say it and like try to, oh yeah, I need to understand my feelings and this and that, but at the end of the day, it can be scary to look at how you feel without the filters of like, oh, those are my friends, or they did this to me, or like, was it on purpose, or are they trying to hurt me? You know, like, even that when you say like, until you've hurt me, and that's also a spectrum, because like what would hurt you would not hurt someone else, and what would hurt someone else would not hurt you. So it's a question of boundaries.
It's so true.
You know, and it's like, what like, I'm trying to understand, like, do you remember times from your younger reincarnation, like tell me a little bit about you 10 years ago.
Younger Kim. So what I'm now, 33, 23. So I just arrived to Phangan. That was a whole lifetime ago, and I was such a different person. I think I will go further back because at this point I'd already started traveling and I'd already seen the world from a different perspective.
Let's go.
Because
take me back.
Kim, that lived in England, was very closed-minded, hadn't really seen the world, grew up in a very small town, predominantly white people, English people, and was really closed-minded. And I traveled maybe Europe holidays, but not really saw any of the world. And until I stepped foot on a plane and I went to, I think, India, I saw a different reality. And that woke me up from my bubble of, wow, life can be very difficult. Life can be very fun. Life can be very scary. And I was so protected in my teenage years and in my childhood. That experience of going to India slapped me in the face and taught me so much about life. I was really grateful for the life I'd had. And I'd never felt grateful until the moment when I compared my life to somebody else's. And so I think travel is a huge part of it. You see different perspective. You see how lucky you are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe if you stay in your town, you stay in your city, you stay with the people you grow up with, you don't really question your perspective of life. And so that young version of me, that brave, I was very brave. I was early 20s, single white female traveling around India, which I wouldn't do now. I would not do that now because I have more fear than I did at a 22-year-old. And then I moved to Thailand with that new understanding of, okay, the world is a very big place. People are coming from everywhere and everything and every experience. And I wanted just to learn from those people because there's always something to learn. There's always something to see, whether it's their bad stories that teach you something or whether it's their really incredible stories that inspire you or make you feel like you want to be better based on the person that's in front of you. I want to travel now.
Yeah. Like
I want to get on a plane.
And it's a repeating thing, and you are going to get on a plane very soon. Like if we speak like 20th of December, you're flying in no time. Yeah, flying tomorrow. And yeah, perspective of traveling is, and definitely not the first one to say it here, but it's so important to be able to understand that life comes in so many shapes and forms and ways of, like, even just everything is so miraculous, even on the point, like, the chances of you and I sitting here right now are way beyond close to zero.
Yeah.
And shit still happens because it can. Whatever can happen will happen, and it's just exciting, to be able to wake up in the morning and understand. Okay, bring it on me.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's what's so magic about this place, because it is very transient. You always have new people from different countries, different experiences, different backgrounds coming into your life on a daily basis. There's always something new to learn. There's always a new story to hear. And that's what makes it so special. Because I could meet someone in the street and they could tell me the most incredible story. They could offer me a job and it would change my life in a second.
But they could offer you a yoni massage.
They could also offer, which is not... It's not a stranger. We have things to happen here.
Yeah, no, it's not. And... like, you've been on the island now for like 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about your journeys here.
From the beginning? Wow. So I've always worked. This is number one. My Koh Phangan life has always revolved around me having a job here.
Yeah.
And having stability. So this is very important because my life compared to somebody else's life here is so different.
Yeah.
And I've always had that constant. So it's something to wake up for. It's something to keep me busy. If I didn't have that, I don't think I would have stayed so long.
Yeah.
And I really love what I do. So that part of my life is fulfilled. And the rest of my life is about fun. It's about learning. It's about connecting with other people. And sometimes it's about just sitting in my house watching Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say the first version of me, I was such a hippie. I call myself a hippie, but, you know, I was really young and a bit, what's the right word? I was naive in some ways. The island was so different then.
Yeah.
It wasn't fancy. People really didn't care about what clothes they used to wear. This is a huge thing that I've noticed in the last few years.
Yeah.
Is the fashion changed. The way people dress up to go out. When I first came here, it was just hippies, baggy pants, dreadlocks, no shoes. And then once a month you get the tourists that come in.
Yeah.
But they were backpackers, you know, so they were also with the baggy pants and elephant t-shirts. And there was this kind of freshness, I guess, and this rawness of authenticity. And so I spent the first few years in this wave of where do I really fit in? Because I wasn't really a hippie. But if you ask people who I grew up with, they would call me a hippie. I wouldn't consider myself
the hippie version of Kim.
a hippie. But, you know, you're spending every Friday in restaurant.
You know what? I don't think I've ever been there.
Playing for the same band, playing the same music, and that was life for the first few years. And then I met my first boyfriend, and he showed me a completely different side of Phangan that I'd never seen. And so then that version of Kim was beginning to evolve, and this was my first experience with Israelis also. And you guys have such a welcoming culture that I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with the holidays. Just this feeling of family and togetherness.
Yeah.
I hadn't felt that until that moment. I'd had a lot of friends, but there were people who came and left and came and left. And I had a few people in my life that were always here. But until I was kind of welcomed into the Israeli community, I didn't feel this community. Yeah.
Yeah. You were part of something.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed that. I did. You know, I had a lot of English friends, but I also had a lot of international friends.
Mhm.
And they didn't quite do the same things that you guys do.
Yeah.
With,
But that's also a great theme of the island, you know, to be able to, after a couple of years here, no matter which country you're going to go to,
Mhm.
you have someone there.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Wow.
you need someone, whatever, Italy, Greece, Germany, whatever the fuck, like you have someone
Mhm.
there.
Yeah. So I became that person for a lot of people around the world.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing the couchsurfing thing for a long time.
Yeah.
My house was open door policy. I would always have someone in my house because I was at school all day. So I thought, oh, there's people who need a place. And
Fucking hippie.
I really enjoyed it. You know, I really enjoyed being able to provide a space for people, and literally countries like all around the world, men, women. It was great. It was really great. But after a few days they leave, or after a few weeks they leave. So it's not really that solid friendship or family
Yeah.
feeling that you're looking for.
Yeah. Which can be hard to get here, you know, like loneliness is a big factor here.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to understand that like something might happen and there's a chance that nobody's going to be there for you. I don't know if nobody is the right word, but like it's,
Mm-hmm.
we have in this community, I don't know if like, you know, community,
Yeah.
but we have this thing that like you can have friends for years and don't know their name.
Mm.
You know, you can see a person every day
This
for
guy
4 years.
got the tattoo.
Yes, man.
Glasses.
The
You know,
dude with the hair.
this guy from the gym.
Yeah, you know, with the glasses. Yeah.
His name.
Yeah, for years. for years. And that's kind of the one of the reasons that I started this, because the vision is to be able to, in 3 years, that someone wants to come to the island and like, okay, this guy looks interesting. Let me check out his hour and a half on this project for, just to be able to put a name on a face.
Mm-hmm.
To create a catalog of people to show how many
But
people.
okay, I have a
people are.
question. At what point in your relationship with the person that you don't know their name, do you ask them their name? You see this guy every day at the gym, you see him at the coffee shop.
I'm gonna give you the exact formula, okay? If in 4 days you haven't heard his name or he doesn't know it, it's gonna take at least a year and a half to know his name. It's either you do it on the first time or it's fucked. Because after 4 or 5 days of let's say 100 hours of knowing each other, you're like, oh, now I should know his name, but I don't. So I don't want to hurt him by remembering his name.
What makes you think it's going to hurt him?
Because I'm a soft piece of shit. And it's time for us. Now you're single and sexy.
Oh, yay. We're going to do a switcheroo.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want
switcheroo?
Do you want the pink flower?
You know what? Yes, I want the pink flower.
Be the birthday girl.
I'm gonna be the birthday girl.
Birthday girl.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Careful.
Not ever be the birthday boy.
Yay.
And I'm
Look,
old as
very sexy. It's black and gold. Did you show this?
I asked her.
Where's the camera?
Give me the most sexiest thing.
Woo. Yeah, this goes more with my outfit. Look, it's black and gold.
Oh shit.
Da, da, da. Sexy and sexy. It's a good job I am single, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I won't be by the time this podcast comes out.
Well, let's see. Guys, you heard it
I'll
first.
fly here.
Nah.
I fly within. So now I'm a birthday boy. I need to identify as a boy.
Mm-hmm. We accept everyone here.
Yes.
I had a question for you.
Being single.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How come that you're able to use the same 24 hours I have and do 300% more?
This is a great question. What time do you wake up in the morning?
6:30 a.m.
Okay, so you got me already.
Yeah.
I also wake up at 6:30.
Yeah.
But almost immediately, I wake up, I get up, and I leave the house. There's something that just takes me out of my house. And it used to take me to the gym. Not recently. I will be honest. I will hold my hand up and I will say, I used to go to the gym and now I don't. However, those first few hours in the morning, I am ready to go. I feel this energy. And I know not everybody does. So I use my brain, I use my body, I use that time, especially when it's quiet here. You can get so much done in 2 hours in the morning.
Yeah.
That 2 hours in the afternoon don't even feel the same. It's hotter, it's busier, everybody's awake, so somebody always wants something. So I feel like my secret is definitely the morning. Get all my stuff done. And whether that's even a friend calling me, hey, you want to get a coffee? Yes, let's do that. Let's do a 7 a.m. coffee in the cafe. So I use that time, I see you, and now I have my day. And I think it comes back to the work thing. I know I have to be working during these certain hours.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else I have to or want to do, it's not always about have to, right? It's not all about work and responsibility.
We try to keep it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those hours are really important. But don't get me wrong, there's some days I wake up and I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm tired. I listen to my body. I rest. I go a bit slower. I just like to move. I like to be busy. I like to have things to do. And I think that gives me more energy, knowing I have a purpose, knowing I have things to do. And once those things are done, I do the things I want to do.
Yeah. And they feel much sweeter.
Yeah.
You know, when you know you're doing what you want to do after you've done everything that you... That's why I go to the gym the moment I wake up. Because I know that harder than this, it's not going to get.
No.
You know, so when all the shit is on the side, I can focus on what I want to do. And that's beautiful. And I'm a beautiful birthday girl.
You are beautiful, birthday girl.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the pink and the green, we don't normally put pink and green together.
No?
But for you, we make an exception.
Oh, shit.
You don't know this something like pink and green should never be seen.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I heard shit about like
Uh-huh.
brown and black.
Brown and black. But is there a rhyme for it? If there's not a rhyme for it, then it doesn't count.
Then it doesn't exist.
We should make one. Brown and black, there's no going back.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
That came straight from the dome, guys. You heard it first. I love your approach, you know, like there's this half glass full,
Half glass empty.
you know.
Refill. I'm joking.
It's like, is it something that
I'm just-
something that came from your, like, tell me a little bit about the way you grew up.
What do you mean, the half glass full?
Yeah. Like, was it something that came from your parents teaching you, or like,
So if you were an astrologist and you believe in all of these, how do you call it? Horoscopes.
Okay.
We are Sagittarius.
yes, we are.
And it's a defined trait of Sagittarius that we are optimistic.
Uh-huh.
And we see the world as a shiny place. So maybe when I was a young teenager reading all these stupid magazines and reading my horoscope, I was conditioned to believe that a Sagittarius has to be optimistic and charismatic and like to travel and like adventure. This is a possibility I'm not throwing away.
Honestly, that kind of makes sense, you know, like what came first, the things that you read or the
Mhm.
energy towards the things that you read? you know?
Yeah, I mean, as a young, impressionable teenager reading these silly magazines, there is a high possibility that you identify with what people tell you to identify with.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from people that you see responsible,
Mm-hmm.
you see like grown adults. Oh, okay, they're a good source of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that probably they improvise also, you
Maybe
know?
it's bullshit. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Maybe it's
Who
bullshit.
knows? We
Maybe everything is bullshit, but maybe everything is real.
need to call Joanna and ask Joanna
Ah.
if we're typical of our horoscope.
Yeah. But are we, you know, like with all the respect?
Do we just absorb that because we're told, okay, you were born in this month, you are this star sign, this is who you are as a person?
You know,
Is it? I don't know.
I like to redefine myself, but honestly, who knows, you know, because it's half like it is what it is,
Mhm.
and in the bigger picture of things, shit just happens,
Mhm.
and I have no control over anything. But it's always the battle between like trying to take control to create something
Yeah.
and stepping out of your way to allow yourself to just be creative. You know, sometimes you can think that, oh yeah, I'm taking care of myself and I'm taking control over my life and things
Mhm.
like that. But maybe you trying to control everything and the illusion that you have control over things makes your way be harder.
Mm.
You know, like stepping out of your.
No, now I wouldn't. Now if you ask me about these horoscopes and if I was to read any, I wouldn't necessarily go, oh, that's so me. You could read any of them. It wouldn't matter. And you can just find a way to relate to it.
Yeah.
I just wonder, as a teenager, are you able to do that? Are you able to step outside of that? But no, what was I going to say? I really believe I played a lot of sport when I was a kid. I was just sport every day. And the mindset that you learn whilst playing sport stays with you for life. It teaches you determination. It teaches you how to lose. Teaches you how to win, how to become better. Gives you motivation. And you're able to set goals from a very young age, which I don't think a lot of kids or teenagers are taught.
Yeah.
Is, okay, I want to be as good as Ronaldo, for example, if you're into football. Okay, this guy's my inspiration. And you do the things that will lead you to be like that person. And I really think if more kids played sport, the confidence that you get, not only, but the ability to train your mind how to overcome obstacles or how to be graceful when you lose, when you don't get what you want.
Yeah.
You don't get picked for the team, for example, or You try your absolute best. You couldn't have tried more, and you lose. What do you do then?
Yeah.
Tell me how many adults you know here that are able to lose gracefully, not get what they want and still be, okay, never mind, it wasn't meant for me.
You need a healthy pattern of just letting go to be able to just look at yourself from the side and say, okay, probably it wasn't meant for me or not this time. But you can choose either to take this loss and make it, okay, I lost this war, or be, okay, I might have lost this fight, but I can still go.
This is my target now. This is my new goal. I want to be able to succeed. And okay, maybe I will lose again, but it's the process rather than the destination.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You don't set your mind of, okay, I'm going to do this because I want to win. I'm going to do this because I know I'm going to be better than yesterday, Kim.
Yeah.
Or than 1 year ago, Kim.
Yeah.
If I work hard and if I put my mind to it, it doesn't matter if I don't win against this person, or if next year I want to be picked for the team and I still don't get picked for the team. I know I'm better than I was. And that's the satisfaction that comes. That's that if your target is just to win or just to be picked or be chosen or whatever, it's never going to make you a better person.
Yeah, and it's so important that grown adults like you are surrounding the future generation, because it can be so easy to just be like, okay, yeah, take your ball, do whatever you want, but actually wanting to be there for them and showing them the right path, because working with kids is probably the most important thing a person can do, honestly, because you have so much influence on a soft brain that is getting developed, so I'm not saying there might be something like that. Someone from your class, one of the classes, will take you as the person that changed their life because you opened their mind to something new. And it's not even a chance. One of them is going to do that.
I hope so.
He's going to remember, or she's going to remember Mrs. Kim as the adult that gave her an opportunity, or him an opportunity, that actually looked at them, that actually gave them the confidence to go out and ask. Maybe their parents or the family or the friends or whatever, keeping them in a closed mind of no, you're not worthy, you cannot do it, you cannot that, this is too big, this is too hard. And then comes this Mrs. Kim that says, no, you can do it.
Teacher Kim.
Teacher Kim.
Teacher Kimmy.
Teacher Kimmy. Okay. Teacher Kimmy. Teacher Kimmy is 100% fully.
Teacher Kimmy is my identity in this place.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, and it's it's so incredibly important, exactly like you said. We need to take the kids and be able to let them do what they want, or what they're good at, or what they're drawn to. What do you think as a teacher in this kind of place? What do you think about the education system in a more mainland kind of countries?
Honestly, I don't know, because I haven't been in that environment for a long time. So they might be doing stuff better than we're doing here, first of all. But I don't know.
That was a good disclaimer. Don't do me.
I feel like we are probably very underpaid as teachers. And undervalued. Actually, I saw a really funny meme the other day, and it was a comparison of life 50 years ago and life now. And it was the same picture of a teacher behind a desk with the kids kind of looking really sad, and the parents were on the side of the teacher, kind of shouting at the kid, "What's the meaning of this grade?" And the teacher and the parent were on the same side, targeting the kid. Why did you do this? They were supporting the teacher. And in the other picture, which is nowadays, you have the kid looking all smug and happy, and the two parents screaming at the teacher, "What's the meaning of this?" And so what I learned from this picture is what I experienced, and we used to be a more supportive adult toward the kid. But now we are getting blamed as teachers because their kid is not performing well. And there's another expression like it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a random adult in the street to observe a kid who is not doing what they should be doing and tell them, hey, buddy, what you're doing is not right. So it depends. This environment, I feel, we as an adult population support the children better. But in Europe, in the West, wherever you want to call it, in England, kids do whatever they want. Kids are given too much free time and not enough responsibility of, hey, you're a kid, but you made that decision. I'm going to question you for that decision. This is the only thing I can compare. I don't know about mainstream education, but I do feel like it's our responsibility as adults. Doesn't matter if it's not your kid. Doesn't matter if it's your friend's kid. Take responsibility and show them their behavior. It's not okay. Or it is okay. Like, wow, you're amazing. That was incredible what you did. Or, wow, you're so talented. You know, it's not just up to the parents. It's not just up to the teachers. It's up to the whole collective.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, it can make a person day. Just someone is shouting there from the other side of the street, yo bro, you look great today, and just running, and like you cannot know what the person that is in front of you thinks, feels, or is going through. So why just not be as nice as possible?
Yeah.
Not just being accepting and empowering and fulfill, and just being there for one another. Like the moment you truly understand that you can look someone in the eyes and see yourself and be able to like, okay, I might give them what I think I need and connect through this human connection of like, okay, we came from the same place, because I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's like being able to understand that the only difference between us as humans is what life brought on us, like the experiences we went through. You and I, we didn't choose to get born. We didn't choose the country to live in. We didn't choose the language to speak. We didn't choose, but we do have this. I have no idea what I'm trying to say.
Okay, let's go back to that point. You and I were raised in completely different countries.
Yeah.
Right. And it's very prevalent in my life now because I work with kids who are raised in a country with the threat of war. I didn't experience that as a kid.
Yeah.
I had safety. I had 2 parents in my house. I was very, very lucky growing up. And we don't know what experiences people had as a child that lead them to how they behave as an adult. And that's where you come back to this compassion. You don't know where somebody is being. And you can hold them accountable for how they behave now. But it's about empathy, You grew up in a country where you're used to missile alarms, for example.
Yeah.
Or, okay, this country's going to put a bomb on us. I didn't have that. I didn't have that fear instilled in me. You as an adult have to make a decision to pass that trauma. And it's going to take work. It's going to take work. I didn't. My life was sparkly, shiny, rainbows, flowers. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is as adults, you have a choice to recognize I came from this place, but I don't have to hold this in my brain. It's hard, and I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah. But it's possible.
But it makes us behave differently in all situations. So if you look at any other country in the world, Americans or Africans or Australians, we all come from a different environment. And now we end up in the same environment here, trying to all fit in together, trying to make friends, trying to make connections, trying to build relationships, and recognizing that we're all different. From childhood, I think everything comes from childhood.
Yeah.
Everything.
It makes sense. That was the time that shaped the reality you're looking at right now. So if your glasses, you created them when you were young and you're used to seeing life through these glasses, then at some point you forget the glasses are on. It just become part of you, those glasses. and then you're like, oh, I can put them off too, actually. But then what you see, can you look at life without the glasses that, was created with you being like,
Mm-hmm.
can you look at reality without the perspective that allows you to look at reality? What is left to be seen?
But you can choose what glasses you want to wear.
Yeah, you can definitely
You can choose.
it.
I've had I want to say 2, but it's probably more than 2. 2 exes actually tell me I look at the world with rose-tinted glasses. And you know this expression of seeing the world through rose-tinted glasses. You see the good in the world.
Yeah.
You see the kindness. You see the love. You see the fairies. You see the butterflies. But is it naive? Is it that I'm here with my pink glasses and everything's okay? But am I really hiding the fact that there's another pair of glasses to wear? Do I see the real reality? Or do I see the reality?
What is the real reality? But that's the main question. Like, what is real reality? Does even exist? At some point, like there's gonna be a number between here. I see 6, you see 9. But is the number like real over there? Like the fact that you see one thing and I see a different thing. Would we ever be able to have a discussion on what is the real thing if we see?
Well, it depends if you're open to listening to my perspective.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it comes down to you see 9, I see 6. Okay. Tell me why you see 9. And I want to listen to you. I want to hear why you see 9 and why I see 6. I'm not going to force you. No, it's just a 6.
Yeah.
Dude, you are
stupid
so wrong.
Yeah.
It's 6. How many people do you think can say, okay, tell me about your 9. I want to hear about it.
I don't know how many there are, but I know that we need more of them. I know that we need more of them because it's so easy. If we could just listen a little bit more before we want to talk.
Or we just put them together and make 69.
Oh, shit, controversial bullshit.
Can you cut that out? Edit that out.
Nothing is getting cut.
Outtake.
Nothing. Nothing. But
that joke had to come at some point.
Yeah, especially when it's you here.
Number 9.
So honestly, like I'm feeling so comfortable, but it's like it's great that like I can do it less of like needing to look a little serious, asking questions and this and that. And like honestly, you're one of my best friends. I could just sit here and talk shit with you, And I don't care, They probably left like 45 minutes ago, but like I'm just having fun.
We're having fun.
Being able to just feel like you don't need to prove anything, and like someone that is actually a real friend that is gonna be there for you, and that you're gonna be there for them, and like that's rare these days. It's so easy to feel that like everybody needs something from you, everybody wants something for you, everybody can use something that you have, or like, and I don't know if it's just me or whatever is going on, or maybe I need to replace my whole fucking circle, but it's like,
don't replace me.
Never, never, and like things like that make me feel grateful. That like something about the way I put out my energy attracted people like you, attracted people like Jonathan, attracted people that knew to recognize like we don't come from the same place, but we do come from the same place. Because it can be so hard to see someone that looks at the world from the same glasses that you have.
I do think it's good to spend time with people who don't have the same glasses as you. Because this perspective thing, I have my perspective and I can be running around with my glasses on and not understanding there is another view.
Yeah.
There is another life. There is a darkness to life. I maybe try to avoid darkness in my life, I would say, with my pink glasses on. So it is nice to have those people around you. Also, yeah,
you need this balance in life, to be able to, listening to what you don't want to hear and listening to the things that will trigger some of your, mental aspects of the way you see your life is super important, because are you clear enough with yourself to be able to like judge the things that are super planted in your brain. You know, like what's the percentages of thoughts that are unique to you? You know, how many things we still
Good, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a bit of an ADHD brain, so
yeah, but
Brain
how many of those
like
thoughts, teacher Kimi, how many of those thoughts are yours? How many of those thoughts you got taught by society or by school or by the people that you liked or the people that force ideas on you? How much of
Okay,
those...
I'm going to challenge that. It's
Please.
not necessarily how many thoughts come in. It's how many thoughts you let plant a seed. Because you could have, let's go with self-doubt, right? You could have a thought of, I'm not good enough. This thought can come in, but do you let that thought go down and create roots? Or do you go, oh, shut up. It's fine. I'm good enough. We're going to have these thoughts. We're going to have thoughts that, I'm so good. I'm amazing. And suddenly, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not. The negative thought will always come. Doesn't matter. This guy could be a guru. It could be Sadhguru. There's always shit that's going to come in your brain. Positive, negative, neutral even. There will always be this constant cycle. And how you choose to not control, I don't want to say control, but manage those thoughts.
Manage is a better word.
Because we cannot control what comes in.
Yeah.
And the more we try to, I don't meditate. I'm not someone who sits and tries to quieten the mind and control my thoughts. But I know when there's a bad thought starting to take root and it's not healthy and it's not good and it's just a thought. It's just an idea. And if I can replace that with another idea, if I can replace that with an action to prove myself, well, you are good enough, or you are funny enough, or you are whatever it is.
You are enough.
You are enough.
Yeah, and that's such an important thing to just understand, because we're so used to this achieving mentality of like, I can only say I'm good enough when I do things that qualify for me telling myself that I'm enough.
Yeah.
You know, if I make enough money, or if I have enough, the circle is big enough, or whatever, you know, and only then you can tell yourself, okay, I'm good enough. But your value doesn't come from what you do. And I'm trying to put it inside my brain and whoever's brain, like so many times, like it doesn't come from what you do. It comes from who you are. It comes from you even existing
about yourself.
At the base of it, I wish I could say that it comes from you just being like just existing, because that's life. But it's not really like that.
No, but for some people, it's not good enough to just exist.
Yeah.
Some people want to make a difference in the world. Some people want to achieve something. Just existing is a waste of a life. I really do believe that. We should not just exist. We should be an incredible musician. We should be really talented at cooking. We should have something in our life that gives us a reason to exist. Not just existing. Okay, we've got this incredible experience of having a body, of having a life, having a soul, having a consciousness. But use it for something. Like, don't just, okay, I exist. I exist and it's enough. It's bullshit for me. It's bullshit. Use it.
So I don't mean it in the way of like, okay, you should just exist, but you should put on inside the box the fact that, okay, I exist, it's enough. I don't owe myself anything. I am not obligated to anything. I can do whatever I want. Of course, simultaneously, you can say, okay, I want to change something. I want to be something. I want to do something. And that's completely right. But your sense of self-worth.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't come down to self.
Yes. It's like, oh, I didn't publish a real, like, at the start of this project, like when I used to, if I were busy, and I used to miss one reel, I was like, oh no, fuck that. Now it's... And you're like, bro, chill.
Chill.
You know, it's okay.
It's you against you.
Yeah. Yeah, and at what point you just stop being you against you and start being you for you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, at one point, like at some point, it feels like it will never come automatically. Like you need to work on it
I
every
think it
single
comes
day.
in waves, no? Like it can, when you're not thinking about it, you're just doing it. And it's only when you're expecting something more of yourself that you start to question that. Because you are always you for you until you feel doubt. So it's that autonomy of you're always on your team until there's a bit of guilt. Oh, I didn't go to the gym, or I didn't publish my reel. I didn't call back that friend I said I was going to call back. It's only when you don't do something that you start to feel you're against yourself. No?
Yeah. Where do you bring this mental resilience from? Like, honestly, because I know so many people that talk like you, but in the moment of truth, they just evaporate and shit melt. But we had a couple of situations last few months that showed that it's not bullshit. It's not only talk, you know?
Mm.
You do the deed, you know?
I don't know where that came from. Huh?
It's like
Listen, if I could put that in a bottle and sell it, it would be all over your Instagram feed right now. That would be
sure.
a full-on
That's for sure, but
sponsorship video, advertisement.
the ability to just lower your head and do what you need to do is beyond measurable, you know? Like,
Mm.
and I know that you get said so many times this, but like, oh my God. Okay. Congratulations.
Context for people who don't know. Yeah, we can put some context to the story.
Yeah.
We lost a very, very amazing person in our life.
Yeah.
He was my partner. He was your friend. So the context is about how to deal with grief and still be able to get shit done, right? For me, that whole process, which is still going on,
That's why I'm trying not to.
which will always go on.
Yeah.
It will just be easier and harder some days.
He will always be here with her.
Yeah, I feel like prioritizing, let's say, the ability to prioritize what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And there were deadlines for things. There were things that had to be done.
Yeah.
And just being able to say, okay, I'm responsible for this. And if I don't do this, then it's not going to be done. And it's really important that this is done. So I can put my sadness on the side for a second. I can drag my ass out of the house and put my brave mask on.
Yeah.
Because I know it needs doing. And I don't know if you remember, but we used to have this joke when all of these things were going on, when all of the sadness, all of the confusion, all of this crazy story. There was a daytime Kim that was very active, that was going to the lawyer, that was going to the police station, that was being on the phone all day, every day, and getting shit done. And then there was a nighttime Kim who was broken on the floor and crying for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it's balance, right? It's knowing that, okay, the grieving is important. The sadness is very important. The releasing of that sadness. But knowing how to just say, okay, it's here, and I feel it, but there's stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah.
That's more important than that. And being able to release it in a safe space with good people was really important. Because let's say I'd been busy all day and then I'd gone home and I'd been alone and I'd try to let it go, just push it to the side. If I'd not forcefully gone, okay, now is your time to be sad. Now is your time to cry, to put really sad music on and cry as much as you can. I don't know. It just felt like important to balance. And people kept telling me how important it was to release, how important it was to feel, because I feel like they only saw my action mode.
Yeah.
And not so many people
They weren't
saw
there for...
the breakdown, the
Yeah.
melting on the
Yeah.
floor and the sadness.
Yeah.
So people see you as really strong, together, composed. And then they're like, why are you not crying? Why not sad? So I am sad. There's a timing for everything. I don't know. The yogis among us might question my... You're just pushing it away. You're
Yeah,
pushing it to the side.
suppression.
You're suppressing. Or it's learning how and when to release these different emotions.
Yeah, it never felt for me like you were suppressing something, you know? It never felt like... It felt like you always had, since I know you, huh? You always had this ability to just juggle between things and like putting them on the scales and like, okay, this and this from this side of the equation and this from this. So even if both sides are kind of ugly, the balance between them is what important. You know, it's something that I didn't understand for a long time, you know, because it was like, yeah, but when you say you're balanced, then everything looks pretty good. But it's not about how it looks. It's not about if you need this breaking Kim on the floor to be able to be this Kim that is doing something out there to go and explore and be able to do those things the best way you can. And I haven't seen a lot of people that can do something like that. So wow, it's an honor for me to be by your side.
Oh, you're
And
sweet.
yeah, like, don't mention it. Like, I've learned so much from you over like along the years, and here's an hour 10 minutes flew by.
Really?
Yeah, and I love you a lot, Kim. And we're definitely gonna do another one because there was a lot of things that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
We're gonna have another one.
We're wrapping it up now.
Yeah,
But I didn't finish my wine.
because you drink too slow.
Well, I talk too much
Yeah,
also.
I love you a lot, Kim.
I love
Thank you so much for doing this. Bye.
Cheers.
Oh wow, no, I don't want to close like on this low note. Like, it's our fucking birthday, Kim.
Bro, it
Bro.
was you wrapped it up
I
like...
did, but
Where's my present?
like, you know, happy fucking birthday, Kim.
Happy birthday.
And you know what? I'm not gonna finish it yet. I'm gonna ask you one thing.
Okay.
What would you wish yourself for your 33rd year on this motherfucking amazing planet?
What do I wish for myself? Like as a present or in my life? Well, I'm going to Australia. This is already like a wow start of my 33rd year around the sun, as the hippies like to say. I'm going to go and spend some really good time with my mom. That's really important to me. And since turning 30, recognizing that family is where you come from. Spend as much time with these people as you can. Doesn't matter you're in a different country. My parents are getting old. And I realized that being an expat for so many years, you came from these people. I want to give my time to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. My wish is that I have beautiful memories with my mom for Christmas and New Year. And more of the same. I love my life.
Just keep it as it is.
I love my life.
We have enough.
So lucky.
We are enough. We luck is already like escaping from our fucking ears. We're full. Abundance.
More of the same.
Life is good.
Life is really good.
Now we can wrap it up.
Now no. We're not going to wrap it up because you asked me a question. It's also your birthday.
Ah, you know what?
So I'm going to pass
That's
it back.
That's the thing.
I'm going to
because
pass it back to you.
what am I wishing for myself?
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm on such an amazing wave of energy that I'm making the right decisions. I'm keeping like I'm loyal to myself and the things that I think and feel, and I say my truth lately. And like, you stole my answer. I just I want things to be exactly what they are, but just to be able to give more to myself. to be able to know when to say no when I need time for myself, to be able to say my truth when I know it's gonna hurt, because that's what I think I need to do, and just to be there more for myself, because I deserve more of myself. Like 18 out of 24 hours a day is distributed to other people, to other things, to other causes, and I deserve more.
Okay, so 1 year from now, when your podcast is million views, super successful, we're gonna have the same conversation. I'm gonna ask you the same question, but I'm gonna ask you it differently. I'm gonna say, did you get what you wished for?
And I'm gonna say no because I'm a fucking people pleaser. That's exactly what the. My life is so good because I have friends like you around, and God damn it, Kim.
Yo,
For many more years. Happy fucking birthday.
cheers, bro.
Mine is
Empty glass.
You know,
Oh,
mine is
shit.
fucking empty.
Oh, some might say it's bad luck to cheers on an empty glass, but you're probably gonna say
We don't have any bad luck when you're here, Kim. And now I spilled everything, so fuck that.
over and out.
Join the journey, stay for a while.